Okay, hear that? So that's actually leaking from that foot pedal, and that is wrong. Hey guys, it's Jason from the Dental Cone Repair Channel. Today we're going to go ahead and solve a problem with the delivery unit. The delivery unit problem that we're trying to resolve for the doctor is that he said that when he goes to cut a tooth, the dental handpiece does not have the amount of strength that he's expecting. And what I found was that the foot pedal is actually bad. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to replace the foot pedal. This is a very doable task that I think anybody with some basic tools can do. And it's something where, as a doctor, if you are in this position, having a foot pedal available to replace is something that is within your ability. So we're going to go ahead and start off by troubleshooting. Then we're going to go ahead and correct the problem. So let's get to it. All right, guys, here we are. So this is actually a really cool unit. This unit is a DCI delivery unit that's been upgraded, and the issue that the doctor's having is the dental handpiece. When he goes to run it, he steps on the foot pedal and he said it's not that strong. But what I noticed was there was extra noise coming from the foot pedal. And so I just want to show you that whenever you have a delivery unit like this, the way that you can check for a very easy way to know if it's working correctly is to go ahead and step on the foot pedal and then to listen, and everything should be fairly quiet. So let me show you. So here we go. We're going to step on it with everything parked. Okay, hear that? So that's actually leaking from that foot pedal, and that is wrong. Because it's leaking from that foot pedal, it is preventing pressure from reaching that handpiece. So this is another room, similar. This unit has not been upgraded, but it still has the same foot pedal. We're gonna just step on it, and I'm gonna show you the difference. Okay. It should be mostly quiet, okay? And nothing should turn up here, okay? This is one of the checks you should do in your dental unit. We're going to step on that. Okay. And that pressure there's a leak in there. Now, because this foot pedal is older, what we're going to do is I made the decision with the doctor to just go and replace the foot pedal, which is going to be a pretty handy thing to show you how to do. There are ways to fix the foot pedals, which I have a video on that, but in this particular video, we're just going to show you how to take a new foot pedal, which this particular one is the DCI 6310, and then we're going to use it to replace the ADEC foot pedal. And we'll have to do a little bit of a special modification, but I'll just walk you through this and you can kind of see what I do, and then that should help you be better empowered. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to follow the foot pedal to where it terminates, which is up here. Okay, the foot pedal, we can move the hose and we'll see where it's coming. This is going to be it right here, so we'll feed it through to here. There's some zip ties, so we'll have to free up some of that. And all right, so here's that. And this particular foot pedal, what it does is it has this air supply, and then which is going to be this yellow, is going to be the air supply. And then we've got the air that comes out. So this yellow hose right here is going to have pressure behind it. So we're going to go ahead and make the unit safe to work on. Here we go, master switch. So we're going to turn that off. And we're going to know that it's safe to work on when we step on this. We should not hear any noise, okay? That's how we know that it's safe. Okay? All right, so we're gonna do something I didn't think we were gonna do. Let's go ahead and open this up. So these 4 screws in the middle are gonna be the ones that hold the outer disc. And so I'm just gonna hold it like that and then unscrew these 4. And again, you don't wanna do this with any sort of pressure because it will explode and parts will shoot everywhere. And see, this one here is a different style, and that's why I would go the direction that I'm gonna go, right? Because there's different parts and pieces in these that are not very common. And so this particular one, we're gonna replace it just because this is an older 8X style. So what I can tell here though, the thing that I wanted to explore was that this brown right here, this brown wire or brown tube, okay, isn't hooked to anything. So this brown doesn't actually need, brown doesn't go anywhere. So we're just gonna not even worry about him. So what that leaves us is 2 greens, a yellow, and a orange. So again, the yellow is the supply. We're gonna open the new box here. Now the new box is gonna have the foot pedal. Now an important thing to check is the length of the foot pedal. This is DCI part number 6310. So it comes like this. This foot pedal looks exactly like the other. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure over this direction, we're gonna make sure everything reaches how far it should.
Yeah, thanks.
So what I got here is I have a seam ripper, grandma's seam ripper. This doesn't have to be quite as long as it is. So we're gonna trace this back up the direction that it is coming here. All right, we're gonna come up here and follow this. Now there's going to be a little bit of a complexity that we'll figure out as we go, and that is this line has 3 lines, but it needs to have 4. So if you look here, DCI gave us this little diagram, and so what it's going to say is air input is ribbed, and then the drive air that comes out is not ribbed. And the way you can tell is there is one of these that has an extra rib on it. Like, so that one there has 2, and then that one there has 3. So this one is gonna be ribbed. Now we can rip this particular one. We don't need the seam ripper, I guess we can just, yeah. Now we can rip that. We can also, for the seam ripper, you just kind of insert it, make sure you don't poke a hole in any lines, but you get it through in between. Okay, so these tubing clamps, they have 2 directions. One is a collared side, and then one is a non-collared side. So we're gonna make it so that the non-collared side goes towards the block. Shove that on there, and then we have a tool. That is the tubing clamp tool, aka the finger saver, which is going to go right here, and we shove that on. Okay, so that is on there, and then this other one here is going to hook up to where hook up here to the orange. Now at this point we can turn on the unit, turn that on, okay, and then what we're looking for is that when we push the foot pedal, we push this guy, we're looking for air to come out there, okay, and it is. All right, so that's done correctly. So now this orange is the other 1/4 inch line. So I'm gonna peel that off of there. Okay. And then we'll take this tubing clamp, put that on here. All right. And then we're gonna clamp that onto there. All right, now. Okay, so those are good. So now the only thing we have left is on the old side we have 2 greens, and on the other side we have one gray. We can pull this out now. We'll pull this out. This is all done. Now the only thing without something hooked to it is going to be the answer. So this one right here is the leftover. Now, the way we're going to solve this is we're going to take and we're going to hook. We're going to actually put in a T right here. So what that's going to mean is when we step on the foot pedal, we're always going to get air coming through this line. So what we need is we basically need to make a T fitting. So we need to make a T fitting that's going to do that job. So this is a really nice fitting because it gives you the option of adding whatever you want right there. So I'm going to find a barb right there, and then I'm going to find a washer. Now whenever you're going metal to metal, you need to have a washer. So this is how we're going to do that. All right, so boom, we're going to tighten that. Now, if you have your 6-in-1 screwdriver, 6-in-1 is going to have that is your 1/4 inch driver, so we're going to use that to tighten that. So now what we're going to do is up here we connected the orange, remember, is going to the delivery unit. So what we're going to do is we're just going to actually get rid of this, and we're going to make that our junction. All right, and so we're going to pop that out. We're going to pop that out. Okay, we'll take our scissors and we'll give ourselves kind of a new start. And then what we need is we need these tubing clamps here, at least one of them. And we're gonna go. And this is gonna provide chip air. Every single time you push on the foot pedal, your chip air will go to the handpiece, and we'll see what the difference is. So so what I'll do is I hold on to this side right here, and then I kind of let the pulling kind of make that tubing thinner. And I'm gonna hold here and then push away, and then that allows it to go up there. And then this one is the one that has the fitting on it. It's because there's some other green ones, but we didn't mess with those. So we're just gonna cut this off, and I'm gonna hold on to it so we don't lose it. And then I'm gonna grab another tubing clamp. I don't know. And hopefully this makes sense. This is kind of maybe a little bit of a complex move here, but maybe just seeing that this is possible is going to encourage someone. All right, so there we go. So now that's all together. So what's going to happen is we're gonna test the unit, and we're gonna make sure that the water activates when we flip the foot pedal. And also we're going to notice that this time everything is misty the way it should be. Okay, so now we got the water, we got no water, and we got water again. Okay, and that's very powerful. So there we go. All right, guys, so we just got the foot pedal replaced, and everything seems to be working well. When everything's parked, we get the, when everything's parked, we get a good reaction. The issue was, though, that when, this is called a handpiece pressure gauge, it goes in between the high-speed handpiece and the line. And what this pressure should be is it should be around 40. And what we're seeing is when it runs, it's only up to about 30, which isn't quite enough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and adjust the pressure on this handpiece, which I think is an adjustment that comes from above. And there's a way to access this unit, and I'll show you. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna check this handpiece pressure, and we're gonna turn basically this right here, which is gonna be the one that is right in the middle. Okay, so it's gonna be that screw right there. So we're gonna get our screwdriver, one of these, and the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna run the handpiece without cutting ourselves. Okay, and we can turn off the water at this point. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this up. Okay, and we're watching the gauge. Okay, and there we go, we're right at 40. All right, so we're gonna also check these other channels. And so we just take the handpiece off, move the gauge over, and so, okay, these handpieces are similar, so we'll put that guy in there, like so. All right, and we'll check him. Okay, and that's actually not good either. Okay. All right, so this is going to be channel 3. So again, what we'll do is we're going to set that right there, and we'll just open this up a little bit. We'll run it, making sure we don't hit anything. All right, so here we go. Okay. Okay. All right, that's good. Now this is the onboard pressure gauge, and then this is compared to our gauge. So let's go ahead and run it. And see, that is not too far off. I did bump that one a little high because the doctor said that he was having some problems cutting. So let's go ahead and double check. We'll run this low speed. Okay. Sounds good. We'll check the pressure of the low speed now. Make sure that's good. All right. Oh, don't want to do that. We want to do, okay, we want to do that guy onto there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the high speed, put the high speed back where it was. And okay, put that back. Good. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to put the low speed on. Now the low speed should be around 35. So we'll see what he's doing. 35, okay, so that's about perfect. All right, well, that is the handpiece pressure gauge. That concludes the testing of our repair here. and this operatory is good to go. So I'm going to get our button back together, and you guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.